Welcome back, gamers. So one of the first boss you'll face in the Nightmare Realm is the enemy you've seen throughout the entire game that summoned you here in the first place. That's right, it's the giant spider god, Amygdala. Amygdala is a fairly simple fight if you memorize all the patterns and strategy down. Amygdala has 8 arms, so you have to be careful when you're going towards him because he will swipe and do attacks with his arm. Mainly 3 strikes or 2 swipes that you'll have to dodge to avoid. You can either dodge inward or outwards. Now during the fight, you can't really go under Amygdala's legs and beat him up there because he'll only do 5 or 4 damage on it. The only time you hit the legs is when you're trying to regenerate health. The weakness to this fight is the arms and the head. If you get a chance, the boss will crouch over and you'll be able to visceral attack him. Now if you do find yourself under Amygdala's legs, sometimes he does stomp his legs and that does hurt a bit, but the main thing that he'll do is air jump. If he jumps in the air and stomps on you, it will mainly spell instant death, so be careful of that. Other moves of Amygdala includes a laser beam blast. Sometimes he'll blast a laser and it will travel in a diagonal line, zigzag over the place, and you just have to avoid it. The other one comes in phase 2 when he starts bursting lasers out of his eyes. So you have to dodge the lasers carefully and watch out. And also, if you're underneath Amygdala's face, sometimes he will spew poison all over the place. You just have to avoid the poison goo and get away from it. Now one of the best strategy to get some hits on his head is to wait for Amygdala to do a overhead slam and go into a bow position. Then you'll be able to run in and get some hits on his head or hands that way. But remember, preferably you want to hit the head for more damage. In stage 2 of the fight, Amygdala will still do most of his moves and same attacks over again, but the thing that switches up is now that when he slams his arms, sometimes there'll be burst AoE balls. Now those balls are quite dangerous, they will hit you, and you have to just run around them to get inside the head. You have to figure out other ways to run around it because you don't want to be in it or near it, it will really hurt. Now, once Amygdala goes into phase 3, he will rip off 2 of his 8 arms and slam you using overhead slams in a further reach. The problem with this slam this time is that each of his hands will create the balls of AoE, the farthest one being the biggest balls, and it would really hurt if you're near it, so you have to be in the inner ones because those balls inside are much smaller and you'll be able to dodge them. You can also go from the side, but at this moment it's imperative that you somehow reach and hit his hands in some way or form. He'll also do a lot more air stomps, so you have to be extra careful. Remember, the fight is all about practice. Once you do it a couple times and understand his pattern, you'll understand how to bait him into the prayer head slam so that you can go in, hit his head a couple times, and get those visceral attacks in. I hope the tip helps you guys out. Good luck on the boss, and remember the game on. And oh yeah, for this boss fight, someone challenged me to do it without potions and shit like that, so told me potions are for pussies. There you go, buddy.